Deported Maryland father. Kilmar's van full of migrants owned by convicted human trafficker. Can't make this stuff up. The Democrats, the leftists, they continue to dig their hole deeper and deeper and deeper by caping for this gang member, this MS-13 gang member who abuses women and traffic people. This is who the Democrats are supporting. This is who they went all the way to his home country of El Salvador to try to bring back. I don't understand. Like, out of all the causes they want to fight for, this is the one that they dug their heels in and really want to fight for. Like, for this criminal, this woman abuser, trafficker, gang member. So we're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Zero Hedge, and they report that last week it was revealed that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a deported El Salvadorian man, aka Maryland father, that's what they refer to him as, even though he's not legally a Maryland resident or a U.S. citizen for that matter, at the center of an intense political debate, was suspected by a Tennessee state trooper of human trafficking in 2022 after he was pulled over for driving erratically in a black 2001 Chevrolet Suburban owned by another individual full of people. Quote, during the interview, subject pretended to speak less English than he was capable of and attempted to put encountering officer off track by responding to questions with questions, reads the summary. When asked what relationship he had with the registered owner of the vehicle, subject complied the owner of the vehicle is his boss and that his work is in construction. There was no luggage in the vehicle, leading to encountering officer to suspect this was a human trafficking incident, according to DHS. Now, Just the News reports that the SUV was owned by a man who was himself deported after pleading guilty to smuggling illegal aliens in 2020. You can't make this stuff up. So this is more evidence. This is more proof that this dude is as bad as we've been saying he is. Abrego Garcia told the state trooper that the SUV was owned by his boss. DHS documents meanwhile identified the owner of the vehicle as Jose Ramon Hernandez Reyes, whose 2001 Suburban was flagged separately by Homeland Security Investigations Baltimore field office as belonging to a target the suspect to a target the suspected of that's a typo there. A target suspected of human trafficking or smuggling, the documents revealed. It said, quote, vehicle is used by HSI Baltimore target in human smuggling trafficking operation. Vehicle makes trips to southern border to pick up non-citizens, reads the record, adding that the Baltimore HSI case agent should be notified if the vehicle is encountered. It says Jose Ramon Hernandez Reyes, who Abrego Garcia claimed he was working for, had been previously convicted of smuggling illegal aliens into the United States. In 2020, Hernandez Reyes himself, an illegal alien, pleaded guilty. So this is a fact. He was smuggling. He pleaded guilty to it. Was sentenced to 18 months in prison for smuggling fellow illegal aliens in the United States after he was stopped by law enforcement in Mississippi in a car with passengers from Mexico, El Salvador, and Honduras. Homeland Security records indicate Hernandez Reyes' deport order was reinstated in March 2021 as his 18-month sentence was nearing its end. And that was according to Just the News. A DHS official confirmed to JTN that the Hernandez Reyes mentioned in both cases referred to the same individual, though it's unclear what the relationship was between Abrego Garcia and Hernandez Reyes. Well, I actually believe Abrego when he said Hernandez Reyes was his boss. He was his boss. His boss got caught up, so he had to start trafficking these individuals, is what I believe what was happening. But according to the report, the similarities in traffic stops between the two men are striking. According to the DOJ, Hernandez Reyes and one co-defendant were stopped outside of Jacksonville County, Mississippi, in the Suburban, which was being driven by one Modesto Alvarez, later determined to be Hernandez Reyes' brother-in-law. Wow. Investigators also determined that the 8 of the 9 men in that stop were in the U.S. illegally and were citizens of Mexico, El Salvador, and Honduras who had previously been deported from the United States and had illegally returned. They were charged with unlawful re-entry into the country. Officers determined that Alvarez and Hernandez Reyes were transporting the illegal immigrants from their home base in Houston, Texas, to different locations throughout the United States. Hernandez Reyes pleaded guilty in August 2020 to smuggling illegal aliens and was sentenced to 18 months in prison, like I said earlier, plus 3 years of supervised release, after which he was slated to face deportation proceedings, which carry a 10-year prison threat if he returns. In the case of Abrego Garcia, he was stopped for driving erratically and speeding and an expired driver's license by a Tennessee state trooper in November 2022, similarly transporting a large group of people from Houston, Texas. 3 weeks after the stop on December 27, 2022, DHS updated its records to urge any personnel who encountered Abrego Garcia to escort to secondary, a destination usually applied to someone suspected of wrongdoing. DHS records also show that Abrego Garcia was offered a chance to claim he required humanitarian assistance for illness or had other reasons for seeking refuge from persecution, 2 grounds for asylum, but he declined and instead told authorities he was willing to leave the United States. So there you have it. So why is he staying now? Back in 2022, he was willing to go back. He should have been back. He had he had orders to go back to El Salvador. Orders to go, leave this country. He tried to claim that he can't go back to El Salvador because of, I think it was called the 18th Street Gang or something like that. But come to find out, the 18th Street Gang is nowhere in El Salvador. So this is a mess. This is crazy. Again, this is the hill that Democrats are willing to die on, which is just unbelievable because the majority of Americans don't want this guy in our country. As a matter of fact, I showed a clip yesterday from people from Maryland when they've asked about this guy. Do y'all want him in your community? And overwhelming majority said, send that guy back. Keep that guy in El Salvador. We don't want him here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.